Just a video. Just a video, you guys. Yeah, this whole system is when you study the dice, and you see how it's Saturn and it's Jack in the box, right? When you study the dice covered in all nines, it's 21.54 for the sun, because there's a 33 void. We all create from the void. Okay, everything is created from the void. So in your dream space reality, this is what we would call the void. You can create your next day in your dreams. You can create your futures in your dreams. And you have to heighten your awareness for your dream space reality to do this. You've been practicing your whole life in your dreams since you were a baby, since you were a child, okay, to become a time traveler. Okay, so now your future self, that is also your present self, your future self is creating for your present self and your past self all at the same time, because it's all the circle spiral, right? It's the spiral staircase, the ladder, the DNA, the zodiac. That's what I'm talking about now, but I'm comparing this to the cube, okay, for Saturn, because it is a turntable. Wicka, 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 turntable. Wicka, 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 turntable. So everything that's here in the below has literally come from the above. Our mouth for English unlocks a lot of information with this. You know, like the measurement. Me, assure, mint. Mint is mind. Me, assure, mind. Me, assure, mind. Yes, by the measure, you are assurance. You are assuring. You are ensuring. Okay, start playing with some of these words. Did you know that bread also has a bear in it? Okay, just like I showed you with the Pope too, how the Pope had the pop. You know, all this stuff is chosen for a reason. Popeye, olive oil, your cartoons, your movies, Cinderella, Snow White, Rapunzel. You know, all these movies, they literally are stories from the stars, just like your Bible. Your Bible is the zodiac simplified. Everybody who is worshiping God, okay, everybody who's worshiping God the Father, guess who that is? That's Saturn, who is Satan. Your astrology shows this, and this is why they have removed the astrology from the churches and hidden it away and called it witchcraft, because they don't want you to know that they've literally been the witches who've been crafting the lie. Yeah, and see, all of this is also to point to you, because you are a piece of Saturn. You're a piece of all the planets for the Say-10. I've been showing this through all the videos. You've got the 10 luminaries that we can visibly see with telescope. Okay, they are real. They're not fake. They're floating up there, you guys. They're up there. You have to have eyeballs, and you have to have a telescope to see the others that are on not on fire. I've shown you this before. You can see all the way to Saturn with your telescope and stuff. But yeah, I thought I would mention some of that. But yeah, you're literally the temple. You're also the snake. You're the sign waver. You're perfect, guys. There's no such thing as imperfection. Literally everything you do as a creator here is perfect. You do something wrong, guess what? Autocorrection is on its way, perfectly guiding everything to fall into place just how it should be, so you can reap your karma. Same thing when you do things that are good. You do things that are good, and I'm going to tell you, from the perspective of the creator, whatever you think is good is good. Whatever you think is bad is bad. Okay? Now, you may think something is bad for you, okay, and that doesn't make it bad for me. Okay? What you may think is wrong could be correct for me. See, because I could be looking at your creations as incorrect, and the whole time you're thinking they're correct. But at the same time, I am looking at you as a perfect creator. You know, we're all in different stages of learning and development. I leave space for you to learn and develop. I forgive you. You fell down. You made a mistake. You felt like you made a mistake. I forgive you. You know why? Because there's no such thing as a mistake. Everything is perfectly planned and on time. So when you use your dream space reality and you know this, you can start creating in your dreams, and then things just kind of play themselves out in time. Literally all my dreams I've had, I keep track of them. I don't need to write them down. I have my own little Rolodex in here. It's kind of like movies. That's how I dream, in movie format. There's a lot of different dimensional characteristics when I go to explain my dreams and what my dream space is about. There's layers to the dream space reality. And a lot of that depends on your feelings and your emotions and where you elevate and rank when it comes to the frequency for the dream space reality. Because keep in mind, this is a plane that we are all accessing. Yes, I have seen people in my dreams, and guess what? They have materialized. I've ran into them like a year later, and I remember their faces like perfection. It was burnt image in my head, and I was like, wow, this must be an angel. And then guess what, you guys? Like a year later, or 2 weeks later, or the next day, I mean, sometimes it's like that. My dreams play out like that. And I'm not saying that because I'm special. I'm saying that because we're all special. We all have the special factor, guys. We're all special. Yeah, there are no favorites because we're all the favorite. We're all the hero. Okay, now you can play hero or you could play villain, and guess what? The villain is also the good guy, because without the villain, then the hero wouldn't have no need to like push through and conquer and, you know, fulfill the conquest. He needs a little bit of struggle, you guys. Okay, so yeah, sometimes the villain is actually a pretty important character, like the devil. All these people who are worshiping the Christ, right? And keep in mind, we're all the Christ, okay? So everybody who is worshiping the Christ, their ultimate enemy is who? The devil. That's all they think about. That's literally all they think about. They needed him so much. They needed the devil because without him, they really wouldn't have a purpose to keep pushing forward. Now, keep in mind, you're also the devil. You're the devil because you're the creators who are creating the havoc here, you know? And your havoc may be something that I don't view as havoc, but to others it is. So a great example is, okay, so in many people's stories, I am the villain. Yes, I am the villain. And then in some, I'm the hero. I can't control this. I can't control this. I cannot control where people have placed me in their story. To some, I'm a lead character. To others, I am a background character. To others, I am just a nobody. And that's okay. I'm totally fine with that. Wherever I see fit to go in other stories for the creative mindset, that's where I am going to be comfortable being placed. Because to me, as the hero upon the wheel, my story is the ultimate, most important one that's going on in my life right now. Just like your story, you as the lead character of your own book, your own story, you're the most important character, you guys. You're the lead character. Yeah, you're the lead character. Everything's resting on your shoulders. It's up to you to pull through and win. Yeah, and I feel like we all win because even a bad example is a good example. Okay, I've had lots of bad examples. They were good examples to me. What not to become, what not to do, how to do correction, you know, because I learned from these. And everybody can learn from these. So, yes, the devil, the Jesus, the God, they're all the same character. They're all you. This is what the zodiac is teaching us. This is what the die is teaching us. The dice. For pair of dice earth, as a bird of paradise here with our diet. Connect the dots, you guys. Watch some more of my videos for the Gematria, Gematrix, GE, General Electric codes. I bring those to you to show how we are a perfect piece of art. We are a perfect piece of work. You are a product of your own work. You are a perfect creator who is creating perfect algorithms. Everything's going to work out, you guys. The Father's house is rigged.